Everybody, roll on here, and I'm back on the trail. Finally, after 5 days of visiting our daughter and son-in-law in Rhode Island, I'm able to get back to my pack. I did have an opportunity to walk there or hike there, but it was no elevation change, and was down to a beach, which was beautiful, certainly different sights, but finally at full pack weight here, and wanted to share a little bit of good news. I was able to meet with two great friends I made on the trail in 2019, a father and son duo named Redbeard and Wizard. Redbeard lives in Boston, that's the son, and Wizard lives just outside of Springfield. Anyways, they agreed to drive all the way to Providence to meet me for breakfast, and we shared conversation about the trail, but they imparted a couple of really great pieces of wisdom on me about their experience and things that I could do to maybe avoid pitfalls they had. But it's so great to have had an opportunity to meet with them, and the fact that they would both travel over an hour early on a Saturday morning to meet me is great. But I can also tell their enthusiasm for the trail and the things that they experienced was great, and I'm just thankful for the things they shared. I wanted to just say thank you to them and share with all of you that if you get a chance, go out and do some trail magic, and that's one of the ways that I met hikers. In this case, I actually met these two fellas while I was section hiking near Hot Springs. But in this next segment, I'm going to talk about things I've. So one of the things I've learned is that equipment is important, and being able to dial that equipment in is important. Making the mistakes of buying equipment is part of the process, unless you're afforded an opportunity to maybe be part of a club where people share equipment, or you're lucky enough to have hiking friends who have equipment, they'll let you try it. But unfortunately for me, one of the things I've learned is that, well, not all the equipment has to be top end. Like most things in life, you usually get what you pay for. So if you want, something that's going to make you more comfortable, it's probably going to cost you more, unfortunately. Another thing I've learned is that never say never with things like shoes. I was in love with Altras. I hiked Altras for all of my section hikes, but recently developed plantar fasciitis and just cannot wear the Altras. Nothing against Altras, by the way. And I've had to switch to Salomons, and the Salomons seem to work great for me. I do have lifts in them from the Good Feet store, and I tried those in the Altras, but they didn't work. So, advice about shoes and footwear, it's great, but everybody's individual, and so you're going to have to figure those kinds of. Another thing I learned recently is travel to the trail, getting to the trail. Something you got to give some thought to. I thought I had a plan. First plan fell apart. Thought I had a second plan. Second plan fell apart. And in the end, I'm very fortunate. My son-in-law is going to drive me down to North Carolina, where my sister's going to pick me up and take me to the trail. But different folks fly down, take the train. Heard of people taking buses. I'm sure some people have hitched to the trail, but give a little bit more planning to how you're going to get there. Another consideration for almost all thru hikers today is electronics. How are you going to manage your electronics? Service on the trail spotty. I again plan to vlog mode, so I've got to figure out how to charge my phone, where I'm going to upload the videos, when I'm going to find time to edit. All those things are important. Earbuds, charging them, where you keep them to keep them dry. All these things that are, I'll say, auxiliary to the actual hike are things that you have to build a plan for. And I think that sometimes they get overlooked until the end. And if you do that, I think it's going to cause you issues and potentially make it, your adventure unhappy. So be sure to study, research. Another thing that I've recently been moving around are my clothes and what I'm taking, what I'm not taking. What I found is, you can see the snow where I'm hiking. It's been cold here, and it's full on winter here, and I've been watching other people's hikes. And they have cold nights, and they're hiking in the wet rain and stuff. So figure out what you need and what you don't need. And I guess my theory is this: take it if you really believe you're going to use it, and then if within that first 2 weeks you haven't used an item, send it home. Get rid of it. If you haven't had a necessity to use something in the first 2 weeks, there's a good potential that you're not going to use it the rest of your hike, or maybe very little. So clothing's been something for me that I've tried to pare down, because training in the cold, I constantly think I'm going to be freezing cold, but the weather in southern Georgia is going to be a little bit different than northern New York this time. So clothes for me are something I've been spending a lot of time looking at. My last bit of, I guess, wisdom I'm going to impart, or things I've learned, is get out and hike. Any kind of weather, any kind of situation. Test your gear out. Find out what works. Sand the corners off that. Make it efficient for you. Watch videos of other people hiking, whether it's the AT or other places. Glean what you can from their experience. Again, everybody has different experience and likes different things. Choose to watch videos of people who are generally positive and make the most out of what they have, or maybe the experience that they're having. The weather's bad, or, I don't know what. But use other people's experience to build on what you want your experience to be. And the biggest thing of all, get out and hike. Enjoy it. What's not to like about this? All right, my friends, I gotta get rolling.